Hello, thank you for connecting with me today. I want to give a really big thank you to my subscribers and everyone who supports my channel and helps me on this journey. I love connecting with you. I love interacting with you in the comments. It means so much to me. I love all the support, all the likes, all the subscriptions. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. You keep me going, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I thank you so much. If you would like to skip ahead, feel free to check the timestamps in the description box below. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you very much, and let's get on to our readings. Hello Taurus! Hello Taurus! We made it to 2018. Are you ready for the new year? I am ready. Glad we survived 2017. I want to give a special message. I am embarrassed because my sleep schedule and my coffee routine has been compromised. And so I have been very reactive today, and I reacted to someone who was kind of going into they were cross-watching, right, for other signs, and kind of like leaving bad messages on other people's signs, particularly mine, a Libra. So if you're dealing with a Libra and you're feeling like bitter or resentful, you know, after I said this comment, I was embarrassed at the way I reacted, but I was also embarrassed at deleting it. But I just didn't want, like, other people to see, like, it's like her baggage made my baggage come out. I think it was that Mars energy, because whenever I went to her page, I saw a lot of, like, Aries and Taurus videos. So if you are on an Aries cusp, or if you have a lot of Aries in your chart, then I would recommend checking out the messages for the Aries reading, or if you're dealing with a Libra, or if you are like bitter about a lover who did you wrong, and you're like trying to besmirch their name all over YouTube in the comments, which I don't like that method. But I am grateful for that Martian energy because it triggered something in me to deliver specific messages to Aries, and I guess Aries needs to hear those messages, but it also triggered a response to leave some messages for Taurus too, although it's a little different than the Aries reading. So again, if you want a different, a more in-depth, holistic message, then watch the Aries video. But I don't think like Taurans on the whole are bitter about ex-lovers, but I feel like there is a, like, I don't think they're, like, besmirching their name. But if you are upset with someone, I feel like this is the message that I need to convey. There is a tarot reader who is a Taurus. You might want to check her out. She gives great readings, and I have learned a lot from her. I think it's Gypsy Soul. I'll link it in the description box below. But a big lesson that she taught me, as a Taurus, you can relate. A big lesson she taught me is she doesn't like taking a victim mentality, because it's like she's giving her power away to someone else. Like, if she takes responsibility for her actions and her choices and her part in relationships, then she is in control of the narrative. She is in control of how to fix it. She is in control of her own experience, and she's not reliant upon someone else to create that narrative for her. To, you know, when you play the victim, it's like you give the other person the keys, right? So I just want to reiterate that message. I feel like Taurans are already pretty good at this, but I want to, like, remind you of that mindset that you have. And I don't think it's just her. I think it's also just a Tauran thing. I'm thinking of other Taurans in my life. My cousin, my comedy partner, friend of the family who's a singer-songwriter, my late stepfather. They all have that mentality, I think, where they take responsibility for what has happened, good or bad. And it's not to say that they can't, you know, think that that person is a jerk, right? I also want to say what's different about Aries and Taurus is what I'm getting, is this could expand to personal, like all of your personal relationships. So this could be a mother, a coworker, you know, your sister, your friend. So I feel like, you know, a lot of Taurans I know are like happily coupled, and so this wouldn't be your partner. This could just be like a discomfort you're feeling with a friend or with a family member. But I feel like for Aries it was definitely like a lover who did them wrong, particularly Libra, particularly male Libras. So if that is ringing a bell, then go over to Aries for that extended message. But for Taurus, I want to say, like, I don't want you wasting your energy on running someone's name through the mud. I don't think that is your way. Like, Taurans are very good. This is something else that you guys have taught me. Taurans are very good about saving their energy, about, like, you know, they're like the lazy bull in the field, you know? They're like lazy cow, chewing the grass, taking it easy. And they only exert energy when they absolutely have to. It doesn't mean that they, you know, don't get their work done or don't contribute. It just means that they save, like, they reserve that energy for when it's absolutely necessary. And that's something, you know, I have learned from you guys. So I feel like, you know, if you are feeling this need to kind of, I don't know, gossip about people that are rubbing you the wrong way, like, reserve your energy for something else. I also want to say that, and you're also good about this, but I just want to repeat it to remind you of how awesome you are. You guys are good about setting boundaries, about saying, like, when you do X, I feel Y, so let's do it this way, Z. Is that okay with you, right? So if there is a problem, I want you to be direct about them, direct with them about how to solve it and what you need. I think you're already pretty good about that, but I just wanted to remind you. Remember to not play this victim game. I mean, honestly, like, I'm a Libra. Sometimes I get in, like, the victim trap, so I'm the worst about it. I'm not lecturing you at all. I'm just saying that when you make yourself into a victim, like, oh, they cheated on me, boo-hoo. Well, you can choose a different partner, right? You can choose to move on. They were a schmuck. Who cares? Move on to someone who's going to value you, right? So, if that message rings a bell, let me know in the comments below. I love you very much, and let's get on to your really real reading. Okay, spiritual messages. What do your angels have to say? We have Desiree, and Desiree says, no, conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help guide and comfort you. Okay, we have nourishment. Could be you. You could also be dealing with another Taurus or a Virgo or a Capricorn. Particularly Capricorn. But the Ten of Pentacles is a retirement card. It's about you know, saving $10 each paycheck to buy the RV at the end of your life. But let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say. Spirit, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for Taurus and all those who love Taurus. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Give us God-given guidance for Taurus and all those who love Taurus. Like, I feel a softer energy with you guys, but I think it's because we're both Venusian. We're both ruled by Venus, and I gotta tell you, I feel sorry for y'all on the cusp, on the Aries-Taurus cusp, with the Mars and Venus working at you. It's gotta be conflicting. Although I heard recently that cusps don't exist, which I don't believe it, because I'm on a Libra-Scorpio cusp. And I definitely feel Scorpio. Okay, one more shuffle. The Hermit, Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, okay. So, you could definitely be dealing with a Virgo. We have the Hermit card here. If not, you could be in a solitary energy. The Hermit is someone who, he typically is walking through the desert. It's like on like a dark night, and all he has is a lantern in his hand. And he can't see the horizon. He has no landmarks. He has no way of knowing exactly where he's going. The only thing he knows is his inner compass, his inner wisdom, his inner truth. And it's kind of like a vision quest or a soul's journey. He's usually in threadbare clothes, and he's you know, given up a traditional life to go in search of, you know, to find himself, basically. And that's obviously like a solitary journey, right? We have, in this particular deck, it's so cute, my little fairies. Oh, it's so cute. It's a little elf, and he's reading a book, and he has his lantern, and he's holed up in this tree. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. So he just like wants to take time out for himself, you know, kind of hibernate and be to himself, read his book, get all his information, and just kind of have peace and quiet, right? So, you might want this peace and quiet, because I see the Two of Pentacles right here, the Two of Bells, and that usually means juggling. It means robbing Peter to pay Paul. It means kind of having this seesaw effect on your finances or your time or any type of resources, any type of material, like tangible things in your world. So it's like you might feel like pulled, like you don't have enough time for yourself, right? So you have to like make time for yourself. I also see the Nine of Wands over here. So the Nine of Wands is a card about, or the Nine of Acorns, is a card about burdens. So the traditional lesson is that it's this man who is, he has a bandage on his head, and he's just worn out, and he's trying to carry all these wands at once. Kind of like this juggling, right? Like too much stuff going on at once. And the lesson is, if he would just drop one of those wands, he could carry the rest, and he would still have enough wands, right? But he has to like let go of something to sort of lighten his load, right? So, if you're feeling like right now is not the time to start something, if you're feeling like stopped in some sort of way, thwarted in some sort of way, my advice would be, one, yes, take time out for yourself, get the nourishment you need. The Queen of Pentacles, excuse me, she's also the Empress. The Empress is us, right? Libra and Taurus. And, the Queen of Pentacles is a very fertile person. She's a very abundant person. She takes her resources and she multiplies them. She is very smart, very thrifty, very, like, knows the best deals, knows, you know, how to get great dividends and save her money and all that stuff. Which would be this Ten of Pentacles, right? So I just like randomly said dividends, so this could be, you know, an investment that you have to wait on, but you have to give up other investments. I know this is spiritual, but, you know, it could bleed into your material world too, because we have a lot of Pentacle energy. It could also just mean, like investments as far as like your time, investing your, you know, it could be like what to do with your house, whether like wait to buy a house. Let me know in the comments what that means for you, but let's move on to your money, health, and career messages. But first, a message from our sponsors. Okay, in your money, health, and career, one card popped out. I'll read the upright and the reversed because it kind of felt like it could be both. It could be either way for you. So I'll read both of those. And I wanted to pull another one. So we have Into the Unknown. And if you look at her, she looks like Bellatrix Lestrange from the Harry Potter series. She's blindfolded, she has on a corset and black gloves and very dark goth queen. And there's a bird on the side of a balcony and a red curtain. So it's very like the show must go on type of feel. We have a lot of growth on the side. We have like wisteria or grapevine or something. Not quite sure, but something like that. Are these hearts? So maybe it's into the unknown as far, well, but if this would be money, health, and career, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what the messages are. And then we have Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams is really cute. We have a day moon. Day moons are good luck. Behind the clouds. Clouds are like daydreams, so Field of Dreams, right? We have butterflies, so butterflies transforming, and eggs. So these eggs are like potentials, right? They're like new life. They're like a mystery of life. They're like who knows what they'll be, right? And then we have little fairies hanging out in like a mossy field, a mossy meadow. So let's see. Field of Dreams says, your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. Upright, Field of Dreams says, this is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener. Be clear about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Concentrate on your best life regardless of the temporary outer conditions imposed upon you by the greater world, which has its own story to tell. You have a basket full of seeds that are quite powerful, for your talents are divinely inspired and will indeed lead to a great harvest to be shared with others. Love it. You will reap what you have sown. Dream big, dream beautiful, take action, and tend to the garden, and experience the extraordinary. Okay, so we also have reverse. Field of Dreams says, are your dreams your own, or are they really someone else's? Have you chased money, possessions, or prestige? Have you placed security above fulfillment? Has approval seeking placed a major role in your motivation to succeed? This might not apply to all Taurans, but I can think of at least one Tauran who this applies to. So, yeah, let me know in the comments. This is the time for you to assess the validity of your dreams, your talents, and your willingness to be a channel for inspiration and creativity. Don't be afraid to enter the field of dreams, for you can always clear the ground for new and better things to grow. Nature has a way of self-correcting if you're willing to act with authenticity. The power to create is inside of you. So, alongside that, we have happiness and the Fool. The Fool reversed is like someone who is not taking risks, not taking actions, but perhaps there's like contentment surrounding that too. Like perhaps you're kind of comfortable in the position you're in, so it makes it hard to leave if you know, like, something's better. It's like, I'm feeling like something is comfortable, that you're not willing to take a risk on it. I experienced that, I've experienced that a lot this year, so I can definitely relate. You may be afraid of the unknown, and continue to stay in a position that's comfortable. So, let's see what the clarifiers have to say. Spirit, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for Taurus and all those who love Taurus. Spirit, could you clarify happiness in the Fool for Taurus and all those who love Taurus in their money, health, and career? Career, I can't really think of career right now. We'll see if they come out in these cards. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay, money, health, and career for Taurus and all those who love Taurus. For Taurus and all those who love Taurus. One more shuffle. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Strength reversed. And the Seven of Swords reversed. Okay, okay. Okay, so just walking through the meanings of each card. And then I'll try and piece it together for you. So, the first meaning, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a harvest card. It's about planting seeds and then waiting for them to grow. When it's reversed, sometimes it can be waiting for it's like watching a pot to boil, right? So, getting impatient that your seeds aren't developing. It could be investing in something that is not bearing fruit. It could be not planting the seeds, but I feel like Taurus has planted the seeds in this case. And with Field of Dreams is about planting seeds, right? It's about co-creating your dreams and, you know, planting each seed, waiting for it to harvest. They said work alongside the gentle gardener. So that's a lot about harvest, right? It's about investing in something, waiting for your, like, the return on your investment. So whenever it's reversed, it's like the return on that investment hasn't come. Could possibly be that it will never come. That it was a bad investment. But it could be that it's just like an impatience, right? So it is coming, but you just have to wait. So it's that watched pot to boil. Only you will know, Taurus. Intuitively, you will know. But perhaps because you have not seen a return on this investment, you're not willing to take a leap of faith and move into another investment. The Strength reversed card has several different meanings. It usually means like taming the inner beast. It can mean weakness. In this particular deck, we see an elf who is pulling out a tree. He's pulling out a stump. And so it's kind of a feeling of being uprooted, right? So whenever it's reversed, it's like feeling like unstable, right? Feeling like a lack of security, like a mystery, like blindfolded, right? Not knowing which way to go. But it could also be, I mean, it could be weakness. It could be an inability to take a risk. The Fool upright, he is someone who, he's just a silly goose. He's a ham, right? And he has a dog who's telling him, hey, this looks like my dog, actually. My Nanook. But the dog is telling him, hey, don't fall off a cliff. But the Fool is like, you know, footloose and fancy free, and he can sort of like somersault his way into a happy ending. Whenever it's reversed, you know, I do see this as not taking a risk. And this investment could have brought you a lot of happiness, and you could have planted a lot of seeds that brought you a lot of fulfillment and brought you a lot of joy, right? But maybe they just didn't ever bear fruit. And I also see you might have like invested in something that's now being transplanted to something else. So it's like a halt on that investment, or a halt in that, in those roots being planted, right? In those seeds being planted. Yeah. The Seven of Swords, it's a card about strategy. Perhaps you don't know what like the next moves to make. Sometimes people see it as a sneaky card. So whenever it's reversed, then there's like this transparency of it all. So you might be like taking this blindfold off and, you know, looking at the reality of things. You might be, you know, sharing your feelings about wanting to take a risk. But, you know, not quite there yet. So let me know in the comments below, Taurus. Let's move on to your love and personal life. I also want to say in your money, health, and career, you could be dealing with Leo with the Strength card. You could also be dealing with Pisces with this Fool card. Pisces is the Fool for me. It's not the Fool for everyone, but it's for me. Okay. So just trust the reader. Okay. In your love and personal life, we have honesty is essential. It is. Taurans are pretty good about that, but let's see. Honesty is essential says to be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. And we have this man who's wearing a mask, so perhaps the divine masculine is the one being deceptive, the one being a little dishonest. We have a moon in the background with a river flowing behind, and we have fireworks, ooh, and a peacock feather, and a rose, and then we have the back of a woman with pretty jewels in her hair. And whenever I see like a card that says deception or, you know, honesty is essential or people wearing masks, you know, everyone's quick to say like, ooh, he cheating on me, girl, like dump him. But deception isn't always like sneaking around. It's not always having someone on the side. Sometimes deception is someone really loves you and, you know, they're scared to tell you because he has this rose, right? He like has this offer of love. He wants to be honest. So just keep that in mind. Like with me or any other reader, if someone like pulls out the Seven of Swords and says, ooh, he's sneaking around, girl, or they pull out like some Three of Pentacles or Three of Cups or whatever, and like don't immediately jump to, it's a third party situation. I mean, you'll know in your heart if it is in fact a third party situation, but like not everything is a love triangle, and not every deception is, you know, an unloving deception. So just keep that in mind, y'all. So we have, let me focus. We have experience in the sun. I definitely see Leo. You could also be dealing with we have the Queen of Swords here, so a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The person I got mad at, the Aries, Taurus girl. Forgive me, I'm human. I'm sorry that I went to blows with you. But hopefully we can forgive each other and move on. But she was dealing with a Libra. I'm a Libra. And I don't know if I told you. I don't know. It's been a long day, so I don't remember who all I did. But I think Libra males are like, something going on with them. They're like burning those bridges. But I can tell you, Libra females, don't blame us. Spirit, could you give us clarification on experience in the sun for Taurus and all those who love Taurus? Oh, I'm thinking of a Taurus I know who is with a Gemini, and they're happy. It's sweet. In love and personal life for Taurus and all those who love Taurus. One more shuffle. Please surround us with the warm, light, loving love of God. Please give us God-given guidance for Taurus and all those who love Taurus. The Star, the Fool, and the Queen, yes, Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts, two hearts that beat as one. Okay, so we have two good cards, one card that's kind of and the Sun is kind of Really, the Sun is like never a bad card. The Sun, whenever it's reversed, it's like partly cloudy, right? So it's still like bright, happy. Like the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. Sometimes it can speak of like low self-esteem. So I definitely see, like, I feel like if you are the Divine Masculine Taurus and you are dealing with a Divine Feminine, she might not be, like, she might have like a lack of self-esteem right now, and because I see this Queen of Hearts and the Sun reverse with the Queen of Swords, so I just feel like if there's anything that's like a little off with your partner, if you are the divine masculine, then this like honesty is essential is like maybe she needs to kind of express, you know, something that's not right with her that may not necessarily be about you, right? Just like a sadness or like a weird thing within her. I definitely see Pisces again because we have the full. Pisces is the full for me. And the Queen of Hearts, you could also be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio. Or you could be dealing with an Aquarius because we have the Star card right here. But let's walk it through. So this partly cloudy energy, it's like, you know, it's not the full sun. It's not when you immediately get into a relationship. It's like the next phase of the relationship where you're starting to like see the cracks in another person. And you still love this person, right? I still see like lots of love. But, you know, the mask is off basically, right? You're like seeing their flaws, right? So the clouds have come in. So they're not perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. It happens. But I see that there might not be, like, you guys might not be saying it to each other, but it's like this thing that's like underneath the surface, like, oh, this thing he does is annoying. Or, oh, she's getting on my nerves by doing this. And I feel like if you do express that, like, don't be afraid to express that because the love is strong and, like, I feel like this is, like, smooth sailing for Taurus. If you're in a relationship, Taurus, I feel like you're good. I feel like all Taurans in relationships are good, so nothing to worry about. But I feel like there's just, like, some bugaboos about your partner that maybe you are keeping inside or they're keeping inside, and there might be some, like, a little bit of manipulation. Not, again, not in, like, an overly dramatic way. There's, like, when the Queen of Cups is reversed, she's kind of, like, emotionally manipulative, like, cries crocodile tears. She does guilt trips, and she's passive-aggressive, and stuff like that, right? And she'll say, like, I'm fine, right? It's like, you don't seem fine. You know? So it's like that kind of stuff. But again, I don't think it's any big deal. And I still feel like I said, the Fool is footloose and fancy free, right? So it's like you guys are still in this, like, giggly, dreamy state. And even if you've been together for a long time, this could be like a renewed sense of, like, playfulness and like enjoying each other's company, but they're still like, oh, can he ever take out the trash? Or, you know, stuff like that. But it's nothing that, like, can't be talked through. And I feel like with this experience card, like, working through these challenges is actually going to help solidify your relationship and make it better. The Star is like the wish card. So if you are in a relationship, I feel like this person is like everything you ever wished for, right? Sweet, sweet, right? The Star is also about, oh, I forgot the healing message. Oh, well. The Star is about, like, destiny. So you're meant to be with this person, you know? So don't let the, like, minor things throw you off. You guys are meant to be. You guys are fated. If you're single, let me piece this together. If you're single, the Queen of Swords can be someone who is, she's kind of, she can be bitter. She can be jaded. She can be, like, she's typically the widow card. So, or like someone who's been cheated on, the divorcee, and as a result of her misfortunes, she has the experience to give wisdom to others. So she's very, like, she's very witty and she's very sassy. She's very, like, you know, let me tell you, honey, he's this, this, and this, or you gotta let a man do this, this, this. So if you're single, I feel like you are in this state. We have the Sun reverse, right? So you're kind of in this, I wouldn't say bitter. I don't think it's bitter. I think it's just like and I'll believe it when I see it type of energy, which is not like, I think it's a good energy to have, right? Just like, show me first. And actually, I will say, I've learned that from Taurans, is, you guys know your worth, and you teach me, how to, like, reserve myself, until someone, like, shows me, that they see my worth too. So I feel like that's like the state you're in, right? Like, I'll believe it when I see it. And you're wishing on a star, being like a fool and dating around. But you might, have this, like, a little, like, tinge of loneliness, a little tinge of, sadness, a little, like, you want the star, you want the, like, mate. And so you might be a little sad that, if you're single, you might be a little sad that it's not here, right? But I still feel like you're footloose and fancy-free. And I also feel like you are demanding honesty out of those, out of the people you date. And I feel like honesty is going to be very important to you as far as what you're looking for, your intentions for your dating life. But I mean, I see this as good for both singles and couples and in-betweens. Let me see if there's a clear in-between message. I mean, usually in-betweens you can kind of, like, pick off a buffet of singles and couples. But the love messages look really good for Taurus, so only you will know. Let me know in the comments. I love you very much, Taurus. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in February. Bye.